Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here, back with a new movie. The name of this movie is What If Naruto Became the Hulk? And yeah guys, it's an unscripted movie as well. Now before continuing this, if you haven't then please do leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And without further ado, let's begin with our story. The story begins on a stormy night in Konohagakure no Sato, as we see an 8-year-old Naruto unconsciously being dragged by two of Konoha's Chunin shinobi into an abandoned building inside the forest near Konoha. It was one of the sannin Orochimaru base who was now a traitor. Not that the Chunins knew about that. They just found an abandoned place and that's what they needed for their plan to succeed. As they tied the demon to a found chair in front of a giant machine that was full of rusted, and they tied him down with the straps that was present on the machine, as if it was used for some kind of experimentation. Not that it mattered now. As after tying it down, the still unconscious Naruto once said to the other, "Hey, Mizuki, why don't you go and summon all of the mob so we can extract our revenge here?" Said another Chunin, as Mizuki then chuckled. You really want to go at him right now, don't you, Shibuki? Yes, I want to. Now hurry up and summon the council members so we can extract our revenge on this piece of shit. Because this is the one and only reason we have suffered so much. Today the Nine Tails reign of terror shall end by our hands. Yes, we will be seen as heroes, Mizuki said. Shibuki, wait for me, I'll be back. What is this place? Is this some kind of torture machine? There is some kind of gooey stuff here. What is this? Gamma rays. Shibuki read, as this was the only thing that was left there. Anyways, I'll try it on. Maybe this might work. As then he started to find a wire, and then he found the switch, which he thought was the main switch to turn on the machine. As he flipped the switch, and the machine made some mechanical noises as it did turn on. Now because of the sudden noise, Naruto started to stir up. The demon is awake. Maybe I should begin. That bastard Mizuki is taking so much time. As on the other side, Mizuki has scattered the mob as they were all happy, alongside the civilian council members as they were marching towards the said place. Are you sure, Mizuki, this is the place? They said after getting near the abandoned base. Yes, this is it. This is the only place that we could find that the Hokage-sama didn't know about. That old goat didn't know it. The demon will end. I don't know why, but he's trying to save the demon so much. Yeah, we don't know. As then, when the mob entered, Shibuki said, "Took you long enough. Now, let us begin, shall we?" "Now, what should we do first?" said the civilians. "Yeah, let's cut his arms off. No, let's cut his legs off." As then Shibuki then said, "Wait, I find this torture machine here. I don't know what it is, but from the looks of it, it's a torture machine. Why don't we take it for a spin, shall we?" As Naruto was now awake, listening attentively. He was feared for his life and worried as well. He was going to die here. Why do these people do this to him every day? They ignore him, and when it's his birthday, they make him suffer by beating him to the brink of his death. Is it not enough? Didn't they get what they wanted for the past 7 years? Just let him live alone for 1 year. That's what he requested, but no. Yet here they are, again on his birthday, beating the shit out of him. As then, Shibuki pressed the button that was there. As suddenly, the machine came to life as the liquid filled with gamma rays exited their chamber and entered through the beam. As the beam shot straight through Naruto's chest. As Naruto's eyes widen, is this where I die? No. I will get my revenge on them. I will make them suffer. As then, something happened. As everyone was busy laughing at seeing the demon being tortured or being killed. "Oh, I thought this was a torture machine, but it looks like it's an execution ray. Well, good work, Shibuki. You killed the demon. You're the hero." "Yeah, you'll get the all glory, you piece of shit. I told you to wait for me," said Mizuki, a little bit jealous about that he didn't get any glory. As they were busy laughing and cheering, they heard a scream then, as everything fell silent. as suddenly the light that was there broke, burst out of energy as the machine died down. Suddenly it was so dark that nobody could see the other, as then they heard another growl-like scream, and then, without a second thought, Mizuki was punched so hard that each and every bone in his body broke and punctured his lungs, heart, and other arteries within, killing him instantly. As one by one the mob was squished, the screams were heard throughout the village, as the Hokage and Anbu were alerted and rushed towards where the screams were coming from. As they arrived there, they saw a giant humanoid figure crushing everyone mercilessly, smashing their heads against the ground, squashing them like grapes. And that was not all. He was stripping humans apart and growling with anger. And suddenly, he jumped in front of all of them. Then they saw his green eyes, his little blonde hair, and giant muscular body. As Anbu became scared and dashed towards him to slash him with his katana and tantos, but surprisingly, it bounced back. Some of it was with so pressure that it broke. As Naruto growled and caught one of the Anbu and punched him through 8 trees before he landed to the ground and coughed up blood. As Naruto growled again, and Hiruzen, with a little bit of hair and resemblance feature of faces to Naruto, said, Naruto? As Naruto turned around with a growl, anger brimming within his eyes, before his green eyes flashed blue once again. As he said, GG. Naruto, my boy, it is really you. What happened? Help me, Naruto said, before he started to pass out, as his body degraded back to his childlike form, before he passed out in the Hokage's arm. As the Anbu who saw this were shocked to their core. What happened to the kid? They knew the kid had a 9-tailed fox sealed in him, and he was their Jinchuriki, but this was different. Was it some sort of a Kekkei or a bloodline limit of an Uzumaki clan that they didn't knew about? No, Hiruzen knew that this wasn't it. He said, call my personal doctor here. I want to test something, and get me a letter and a pen. I want to write something down for my students. They should know about this. As the Anbu agreed with that, as Hiruzen disappeared with Naruto to the hospital. And surprisingly, Naruto didn't even have a single scratch. His previous marks or scratch that were left behind after his beatings were all disappeared as well, as if something healed them. But it was good. The child's body was healed back to a normal child, as it should be. As Hiruzen was sitting in his office, after his doctor came, he told him to do some tests on Naruto, who was still unconscious. After performing the test, he came back with a rush and a look that stated that he was shocked at what happened. Sir, it looks like there are some kind of chemical rays in him. These are gamma rays. Gamma rays. Where I've heard this name before. The only person I know and think of could do such experiment was Orochimaru. He was planning on doing so, but it was abandoned after it failed on any other shinobi. They died because of such rays, but how did this child survive? Maybe because of his tenant, said Hiruzen. Yes, that may be it. But this is incredible. What was his other form like? What do you mean, other form? Hiruzen said with narrowed eyes. You see, Sarutobi-sama, I was with Orochimaru at the time as his assistant as well, with his team. I saw what happened to people. They turned into green-like monsters, mindless ones, before they were killed off. What do you mean killed off? They were killed off by Orochimaru himself. He used his sword, Kusanagi, to kill them. That's impossible. We have stronger swords than that. Even the Raijin wouldn't cut his body. I think it's because he's a successful specimen, that is why, Hokage-sama, that no sword could cut him open. I see. For now, just keep it a secret. It's not to be revealed to anyone else. But what about the witnesses? I mean your Anbu and those people who survived. There is no one that survived that night, and my Anbu are loyal to me. They will not say a word. Are you loyal to me as well, Doctor? Yes, Hokage-sama. Your word is law. For me and for everyone else. Good. Keep monitoring Naruto and his status. I want everything to be known, and I will help Naruto achieve this power. Now you may leave. As after everyone left, as Hiruzen saw Naruto sleeping on the couch in his office, as he sighed with sorrowful eyes, as he looked at his successor's picture, Minato's. I'm sorry, Minato. I should have done this a long time ago. I didn't mean it to things come to this, he said with tears in his eyes. He has failed yet another person in his life. As he looked out the village with determined eyes, as he wrote down 3 letters, no 2, 3. One for Jiraiya, one for Tsunade, and one for his traitorous student, Orochimaru. He knew if they wanted to learn about Naruto's new capabilities and abilities, they wanted to inform the creator, who has created this chemical himself. They have to tell him this, even if he hated that. As he summoned Enma after writing down these letters, Enma, I want you to deliver these three scrolls to Snake, Toad, and Slug clan, and give it to their summoners, my student. As Enma then looked at Hiruzen. Are you out of your mind, Hiruzen, or are you finally gone snarl with your old age? Why that bastard Snake? Why? Give me one good reason. As Hiruzen's eyes darted towards Naruto, as Enma caught it. What happened? Did something happen? Yes, it concerns my student's experiment. That is why I need him back. All 3 of them back. Once more. As Enma then said, fine, I will deliver this scroll, but what if he betrays you again? I don't think he will this time. He's more interested in immortality than anything else, so he will come. I know that for sure. I trust your word, Hiruzen. I will deliver this nonetheless. With that, Enma left. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, Enma. Thank you very much, my friend. As Enma poofed away. Onto the other side, we see in Tanabata town as Tsunade was there gambling as it was festival there with Shizune as a slug popped up in front of her. Tsunade-sama. Katsuyu, what are you doing here? A scroll came from Hiruzen-sama. What does the sensei want from me now? I don't want nothing to do with the village. It says here that it's an emergency. It concerns your grandson. As Tsunade paused. Grandson? Did something happen to Naruto? Yes, it's regarding him. That's what Monkey King Enma told me. Please read the contents within the letter. You'll be informed. Fine, give me the letter. You can go now. Thank you, Katsuyu. Alright, Shizune and Tsunade-sama. Good day. As Katsuyu left. Onto the other side, in a brothel, far away from Land of Fire, Toad popped in front of Jiraiya. It was none other than Fukusaka. As his staff was bonked on Jiraiya's head. Itai, what do you want, Pa? A scroll came, Jiraiya boy, from Hiruzen-chan. It's about the tadpole you left behind. Your student's son. As Jiraiya's eyes widened. Did something happen with Naruto? I do not know, Jiraiya boy. Here is the scroll. I didn't read it myself. The contents within contain what happened. You should read it. I'll be going now. Thanks, Pa. As Jiraiya went out of the portal and inside his hotel room, as he opened the scroll to read it. On to the other side, we go towards Otogakure, the newly hidden village that was yet to be revealed to the world, as we see Orochimaru sitting on his throne that he built for himself, with a smirk on his face, as a snake popped in front of his chair. What do you want, Roshi? Orochimaru-sama, I have a scroll that is to be delivered to you. It was brought by Monkey Clan. As Orochimaru's eyes widened and narrowed, what does Sensei want with me? This should be interesting to hear. As Orochimaru smirked, alright, give me the scroll. You can leave. As Orochimaru opened the scroll after checking if there was any trapped in it. As Orochimaru began to read, Orochimaru, it's me, your sensei. I know it's been quite a while since we talked. I know we are not on good terms as well. You hate me, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it to say that I don't hate you for what you did. I mean the experiments you performed. But it seems one of your experiments became successful on Naruto, the legacy of Yondan. Not that he knows about it right now. It was regarding the gamma rays experiment that you created and wanted to be the first one to create the super soldiers. It turns out Naruto was the perfect specimen, and he was able to become something more. A ferocious beast like person. I don't know what it was. Maybe you should come and look. That is all I want. And there will be no charges or enemies waiting for you there. I'll give you my word as Hokage of Konohagakure no Sato. It seems my gamma rays experiment wasn't a waste after all. Oh well, it was the last of it, and I did burn out the formula and the notes. I don't want to go back into that headache, but it will be still interesting to see what a super soldier made out of gamma rays can do. Interesting indeed, he said, licking his lips with his long tongue. As we go back to Jiraiya, as he was reading his letter. Hello Jiraiya, it is your sensei Sarutobi. I know I haven't contacted you in a long time, but it will be best if you returned back to Konoha. Something happened to Naruto. You know Orochimaru's experiment, the gamma rays one, that he wanted to create super soldiers. It turns out it was perfect match with Naruto. And he became the host of the gamma rays. I don't know what he became. He's like a superhuman monster. I don't know what he is, but he changed into another thing. Maybe you should come back and be there for Naruto now and fulfill your duties as his godfather. I have already contacted Orochimaru and Tsunade as well. It's time both of them come back as well. I will be waiting for you all three. As we go back to Tsunade, back in Tanabata town, she was reading her letter. Hello Tsunade, I know you didn't want to come back to Konoha because it takes people away from you, but your son died as well. After that you vowed that you will never come back, and I will be the one to protect your grandson and their son, but it seems I wasn't able to do so. People hate Naruto Tsunade. They even hunt him down on his birthday. It has been many times I wished I could send this letter to you, but I stopped myself in my tracks because I feared that I will be regarded a failure in your eyes and in the eyes of my successor and his wife. But it was my own foolishness. I should have done this a long time ago. Please, Tsunade, come back now. Naruto is scared. He needs someone to hold his hand. He needs his family. He needs you more than anything in this world. Please, come back just once. As Tsunade shed tears, but gripped the letter with rage. How come this piece of shit's do to her grandchild? Then she felt guilty, as a wound struck on her heart. She left him behind. She didn't want to come back to even see her dead son's body on his funeral, and on top of that, she didn't wanted to come back on to take care of her grandchild. She was just so sad to get involved in their lives. She thought that they both of them will get killed if she gets involved anymore because the past she had with the people she loved. But she had new determination in her eyes. She'll be damned if she let people kill him. She will go back. She will preserve the memory and legacy of her son and grandfather. She will preserve and take care of her legacy. Her Naruto. Her grandson. As she then yelled, Shizune, what's Tsunade-sama? We're going back to Konoha, she said, burning the letter. Like right now? Yes, now. On the other side, Jiraiya and Orochimaru were also preparing for their journey back to Konoha. As we go back inside Konoha to see Sarutobi sitting inside a half-empty council chamber, because the civilian council that was all present there in bidding of Naruto were mauled and beaten to a better and killed off. As Hiruzen began to explain what occurred and what was going on with Naruto, as Danzo then said, our Jinchuriki has just turned into a perfect weapon now. We should train him, Hiruzen. Do you know what I saw? I saw a massacre with just bare hands. Even our swords can't go through him. Danzo, are you out of your mind? Naruto barely trusts us anymore. His trust in us, all of us, has decreased. As the clan heads looked down in shame and with guilt as well, It was the son of their friends, and yet they didn't bother with him because they feared that the QB might break free. We let ourselves rule by fear, and look where it got us. Our fears are becoming true. Naruto is going to hate us to the point where he even didn't want to care for us, let alone protect us and become a shinobi of this village. We have spat on the legacy of the Yontam, said Hiyashi. We should atone for our sins and help the child now. It's already too late for that, said a woman as she burst through the doors, as everyone got alert, and so did the Anbus. Ah, it seems you're back, said Saratobi. Yes, sensei. Where is my grandchild? Said Tsunade, as everyone eyes went. Tsunade-sama. Because they knew she was the mother of Minato. Everyone knew that, but only a little bit of people knew that she was also the grandmother of Naruto, the demon of Konoha. He's in my office with Kakashi. You can go there. As we go inside the office, as we see Kakashi standing in the corner with his lone eye looking at Naruto. In his hand was his favorite book, Uchiha, but he wasn't reading it. He was looking with his sad little eye towards Naruto. Sensei, I failed you again. I couldn't protect him. I couldn't get there in time. I wasn't fast enough. Sometimes I wish I was the one who was crushed under that boulder, and not Obito. Obito, what should I do? He said, looking out into the window, as suddenly the door bursted open, as Naruto got up, surprised, and so did, Kakashi, as he was alerted now, because he was taken by surprise, and took out a kunai from his holster until he calmed down. Tsunade-sama? He said with his wide eye, as she moved towards Naruto, and hugged him. It's alright, Naruto. I'm here now. I will take care of you. I promise. I'm so sorry I wasn't here in the beginning of your life. You know, I was scared of meeting you. I was so scared. I let my fear rule over me, but not anymore. I will be there for you now. I will protect you and raise you to become strong until you don't need me. Who are you, lady? I'm your grandmother. Naruto. Grandma? Where have you been? Naruto asked, as tears started to well up in his eyes, as he started to cry again. As Tsunade cried as well and hugged him. I'm so sorry, Naruto. I promise I will not disappear ever again. Promise? Yes, I promise, she said with a smile. If you break your promise, you will swallow 1,000 needles, right? Yes, I will. Then I forgive you. And I love you, grandmother. As Tsunade was surprised, but she felt loved. For the first time in many years, she felt like she belonged somewhere. As she engulfed the little child into a deep hug, as she and the child cried, letting go of their sorrows, their loneliness, as they were engulfed with warmth. As Kakashi, then I smiled. I guess you sent someone to help, huh, Sensei? You really did listen to me this time. Thank you. And this time I promise as well, I will be involved in Naruto's life as much as I can and protect him. As from then on, Tsunade stayed with Naruto. 2 days later, after Tsunade's arrival, Jiraiya came by and told Naruto who he was and how he was going to train him. And Naruto had stars in his eyes, and with the help of Jiraiya and Tsunade, he was able to unlock his chakra. And then he was able to start his training. After 1 week, in sudden night, a stormy night back again, inside Naruto's room, Orochimaru appeared with a thunderstorm. As he was standing in front of Naruto, as the window behind him was opened. His shadow looming over Naruto's lighted figure, his sleeping figure. Ah, the perfect host. I should draw on some test. But before he could do anything, a kunai came to his way. As he saw on the window behind him, standing Jiraiya. What are you doing here, Orochimaru? Didn't you read your letter that Sensei sent to you? He already informed me about your two's arrival, so I arrived as well. To see my test subject. He's not your test subject, Orochimaru. He's my... Your what? Godson that you abandoned? Let's get something real, Jiraiya. You never cared for the child. I know deep down all you care about is your hoards and books. No, Orochimaru, I can't lie that I say that I don't care about them, but Naruto is above all them. I was busy. I'm not going to lie to say that I wasn't hurt when I heard that my student died. But I let my sorrow to control and took better of me. But not anymore. My eyes are open thanks to our sensei. No, my sensei. As Orochimaru looked narrowed eyes at him. What do you mean, your sensei? He's the one who trained all three of us, remember? You were at that last after all. Damn it. Let's take this outside and show you who is the dead last now. With the help of your incomplete Sage mode. Did you forget? I was able to master the Snake Sage mode, yet you couldn't even master the Toad's one. What do you think will happen if we do go all out on each other? I will win eventually. At least I'll cripple you, that's for sure. Jiraiya said. True, but it's useless. You will lose in the end, said Orochimaru. I'm only here because Sensei called me. That is what I don't get. Why did he call you back? Because I'm the one, you stupid dead lost, that created this. Can't you see? He said, pointing at Naruto. This is the perfect test subject for me, who successfully became the only superhuman, and with the last bit of gamma rays that were left. Your experiments caused more harm than good, Orochimaru. Little sacrifices are necessary for the betterment of the future. As Jiraiya gritted his teeth, you think so lowly of human lives. Did you forget that at one point you as well were human? So were your parents. Don't talk about my parents, Jiraiya. They were taken from me. Their lives were lost because they were humans. And their last wish to me was to live. Live for them. And that is why I will become an immortal, one way or another. And when I find that remedy to become immortal, no one can stop me. You will die of old age, Jiraiya, and so will everyone else, but I will live on and carry the wishes of my parents. As then, another voice came. It seems you two have met each other. Sensei, both of them said. It's been a long time, Sensei. It's been a long time as well, Orochimaru. Like I promised. No fighting, Jiraiya. He said, looking at Jiraiya. Jiraiya gritted his teeth, but didn't say anything. As Tsunade entered, as well, sensing the chakra above. I have sensed a lot of chakra here, a lot familiar chakra. That is why I came here. He said, let's take this downstairs and let Naruto sleep. Fine by me, Orochimaru said, as Jiraiya and Sarutobi agreed, as everyone went downstairs. So, why are you here, Orochimaru? Should I have to explain to everyone separately? No, you don't have to, Sarutobi said. I was the one who summoned him here. I wanted him to look at Naruto and study him, to give us the pointers of how we can help him, because that power was indestructible. So much hatred and vile energy coming from that beast that Naruto turned into. He squashed a man's head with his bare fist, Tsunade. I saw it with my own eyes. He was enraged, but when he saw me, he calmed down. On the upstairs, Anima Shinobi came on to Naruto. I finally found you, son of Yom-time. If you are or not, you resemble him, so you must have some sort of blood tie with him. With your death, our anger will be subsided. With your death, our victory shall prevail on Yom-time. As Naruto woke up, as he was about to be said, no! Please don't! As Naruto's voice was heard, and scream was heard downstairs. Everyone rushed towards upstairs, but when they heard another scream, they busted through the door and saw a giant beast grabbing a man's neck and squishing it as the man was shedding tears of blood from his eyes before his eyes poured out of his skull. As Naruto crawled and threw the man out of the window before he looked towards them, his green eyes staring daggers at everyone, as Tsunade, Sarutobi, Jiraiya, and even Orochimaru froze on their feet, fearful of the giant beast. As the beast stared at Tsunade, Ba-chan, as Naruto's green eyes turned back to blue, as he started to turn back, reverting back into his child form before he fell unconscious in Tsunade's arm, who dashed forward to hug Naruto. Is this the power that you were talking about, Sensei? Yes, You saw it with your own eyes. And who was that shinobi? As an Anbu came by, it was from an Eva, maybe an assassin sent here for him, but why? They know. I guess it's futile to keep him safe from outside. I guess it is fine if we reveal his heritage from the inside as well. Are you sure about this, Sensei? Said Jiraiya to Sarutobi, who said the same thing. Yes, I think it is fine. As Orochimaru was now in a deep state of thinking, I didn't knew it was this much powerful. Those people who turned into that monster were like him. They were small in comparison and built as well. And they were easily able to be killed off, but not him. I don't think so I can stop him. As Orochimaru had a tingling feeling in his gut. I desired that power. Maybe with the help of this power I will become immortal. But at the same time, his personality changed. It's like something took over him. I don't think that power is suitable for me. What a loss, but I will study him. So that I can make countermeasures for him if he ever betrays me or has to become a thorn at my side. In due time, indeed. As Hiruzen and everyone else, even his traitorous student who was covering his facial features with a hood, went inside the council chambers to talk about this. As the council was gathered here, "What is going on, Hiruzen?" said Koharu. "Why have you summoned us again? It has already been 2 hours since the council meeting was held. Today an Eva shinobi tried to attack Naruto, assassinating him, but he was stopped by him, or that monster." "I see. So what are you thinking?" "We should reveal his heritage." "What?" Danzo said. "Are you out of your mind? It is not safe." "What do you mean, not safe? What are we trying to protect him for? He's not even safe here, in his own home. And the people outside know about his heritage or have a hint or two. What are we trying to protect, Danzo? Tell me." As Danzo was silent for the first time, he couldn't answer this question to Hiruzen. As then everyone agreed. "We agree with you, Hokage-sama," said the council members that were left. As Koharu and Hamura also agreed with this, and Danzo gritted his teeth. His weapon, his oh-so-perfect weapon, was out of his reach and hands now. As then, the next day, at Hokage's tower, everyone was gathered as Naruto's heritage was about to be revealed. As Tsunade and Hiruzen carried Naruto, as people looked at him with scorn, before Hiruzen said, blinking a bit of killer intent, "People of Konoha, I have kept a secret from you all. You see, 8 years ago, at the night Kyuubi attacked, well, it was sealed into a child. That child was this child," as the younger generation gasped as well. "So that is why Mama and Papa didn't want it to go near that child. So what are we going to do, Hokage-sama? Execute the demon?" "That is where you are wrong, citizen-san. You see, this child is the legacy of the Yondaime and the Red Death of Konoha," as people gasped. "I see. So he wasn't mocking us. He was his son. Damn it! Roshi, you idiot! It's because of you. You started that rumor. What do you mean, me? It was the Uchihas. What do you mean, the Uchihas? They didn't do something like that," said Sasuke, the last Uchiha survivor after the Uchiha massacre. "My clan didn't do anything to that kid. Not that I know of." As everyone calmed down and Roshi was sent to prison because he was the one who started this false rumor about Naruto being a Kyuubi in the skin of human and tormenting them by becoming the childlike figure of the Yondaime. And now they knew that he was the one who was lying, and they wanted to torture him to know who was the one behind. At the same time, Danzo was sweating bullets now. His planted man, Roshi, was captured. Damn it. Now what he was going to do? What if Hiruzen found out? Or what if Roshi spilled the beans? He smirked. Yes. When was his route going to come in order? As he signaled his route Anbu to execute Roshi before he reached the chamber. As Hiruzen then said, "That is not all. Why am I revealing this now is because of my choice, but because Naruto was attacked last night by Eva. They wanted to execute him. Are you people so dumb that even the outer shinobis from other villages can see that he has resemblance to Shondam? Did your hatred lead you to think that this child was a demon? If you kill him, the demon will be released much faster, and this time there will be no way we can stop him. And as you can see, and only Uzumaki can bear the burden of an nine-tailed Jinchuriki. First one was Mito Uzumaki Senju, my grandmother, Tsunade said, and the wife of Shodai. As everyone guessed, this was the first time they heard this. Second one was my daughter-in-law, Kushina Uzumaki, Princess of Whirlpool, and my daughter-in-law. And third one is my grandson, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze Senju. Namikaze was an alias name that was given to Naruto and Minato as well, but that became their whole identity. That is why I'm going to continue it on with Naruto, the legacy of my son and my granddaughter, and mine as well, she said, as everyone cheered for Naruto then and there. Naruto was surprised by this. He didn't know what was going on. On the other side, in a hidden tree, Orochimaru watched this going on. He was sad that he couldn't take his prize specimen with him back to his village, but he was happy that he could examine him here without having to worry about Konoha's on his ass and tail. But he has to be careful, so that's what he did. He examined Naruto inside out for the next 2 months while Naruto trained with Tsunade and Jiraiya as a whole. He had made some friends, mainly Shikamaru Choji, who were his friends since he was 6, and not only that, he made friends with Kiba Inuzuka and Ino Yamanaka, Sakura Haruno as well. Not that she knew that her mother was killed by Naruto, and some other clan members as well. Hinata was also Naruto's friend. Hinata was an arrogant girl, but for Naruto, she became sweetest. In front of any other person, she was arrogant and cold. But for Naruto, she was sweet and kindest person. Why? Because all those years ago, when she was weak and pathetic, Naruto was the one who moved his hand forward to help her. And with a smile, he defended her from 3 bullies. And from then on, she knew he was her man. She has to get him. He will be hers, and hers alone. But damn it, because of the council and that CRA, because Naruto was now the clan heir to the Senju, Namikaze, and Uzumaki, she knew she had to share him. On the other side, Sasuke was quite jealous because how Naruto was getting close with Hinata, that damn pathetic Hyuga, and not her, the mighty Uchiha. Yes, her. Sasuke was in disguise, made by her father. Her real name was Sasuke Uchiha, to keep her identity and her virginity hidden and protected from those who wanted to become an Uchiha clan member and head, or wants to embezzle with their funds. And she knew now why. She was thankful for her Nissan to not break this genjutsu in front of everyone and reveal her true identity. Only the Uchiha main family knew about her identity. Rest of them knew her as Sasuke. And she made a move forward, quite arrogantly told to make friend with Naruto. And Naruto was a kind child who was happy to receive such friendship and love after being hated for almost 8 years of his little life, and became friends with many people that day. And surprisingly, unknown to him, Tsunade was the one who arranged Naruto's marriage with Hinata as the Uzumaki clan heir, matriarch, and wife of Naruto. And for Namikaze, Ino Yamanaka was chosen, and as for the Senju, Uchiha Satsuki was chosen. Why? Because Satsuki revealed her true identity in front of the council members to show them that who she really was and why she wanted to be with Naruto. As everyone agreed with this, 2 clan heads members marrying each other meant that the one who is female has surpassed the law of the CRA that was created by the second Hokage, Tobirama Senju, that pervert. She called him as such. Not that anyone could hear him, But inside the grave, Tobirama ruled for a bit. I hear or sense disturbance in the force, and Uchiha is cursing me. Maybe I should go down and revive myself to kill that bastard, or that bitch. But oh well. I'll just examine it for a while. He said, up from the heaven. Anyways, we go down as the story progressed, as the three girls soon became attached to Naruto, almost inseparable, as Naruto was happy that he was getting attention for such of his friends and love as well. As they had entered the academy, and Naruto trained vigilantly from there on, he was already a proficient and nice shinobi in his shinobi arts. That academy years went by so soon that he didn't knew. In a blink of an eye, he was 13 years of age and passed the Genin exams. And now he was going to wait for his team assignment that were today, the next day, since he became Genin. As they were all waiting inside the class, as Ino was engulfing him from behind, trying to press Naruto's head inside her breast, or which were there, as Hinata was doing the same with Naruto's right arm, as Sasuke was just sitting there with a blush on his face, as down from the bench she was holding hands with Naruto. Why she was doing this? Because she was in a henji form in front of everyone. Only Ino, Hinata, and Naruto knew about her true form. Since it was revealed that the three of them were going to marry Naruto, Naruto knew who they were, and he loved them all dearly. And so their sensei, the only person that wasn't biased of Naruto, Iruka, came. As he said, "Hello everyone, it's really sad to see you go, but I'm proud to say that you are now my comrades, not my student anymore." As for the team statements, it goes as such, as the teams went as in canon, but in place of Ino, it was Sakura that was placed there, and in place of Hinata, some other random shinobi was placed. As for Ino, Hinata, Sasuke, and Naruto, you'll be a 4 Genin squad handled by Kakashi Harake. He will be here soon to get you. Wait, why are we the one who's getting an extra member? Naruto asked. Yeah, are we getting some kind of special treatment? Hinata asked. Not like we mind. As everyone nodded. No, well, it was arranged by Hokage-sama and your clan fathers, so yes, it was kind of a special treatment, but not so to much extent. Other than that, you will be following everything regulations and rules similar to other Genin teams. Sucks to be the special one, but not so much, huh? Said Kiba, taunting the others, as they gritted their teeth and had a tick mark on their eyes, but let that slide. As one by one the senseis came and took their teams, while they were the only one left alone. As Hinata then said, Hey Naruto-kun, it's time you decide, who are you going to kiss and marry first? Eh? Where does this come from, Hinata-chan? Yes, Hinata is right. Who are you going to marry first and kiss, Naruto-kun? Said Ino. We really want to know. This does surprise me. Who really? Says Sasuke, dropping her genjutsu and turning back into Satsuki, and with a smile, a seductive one, as she licked her lips, as Naruto blushed hard as he said, I don't know. Hey, with the help of my shadow clones, why don't I do it at the same time? Not a bad idea, Naruto, said the three of them, as they were chuckling, as their senseis came from behind and said, Wow, you already have women falling for you, Naruto. That's a good thing. Eh? What do you mean? As he looked towards, wait, who are you? I'm your sensei, Kakashi Harake. Or did you forget about me already? Eh? Oh, you are the White Fang's son. The famous copy ninja Kakashi Harake. I read about you from Erasanin's book. It's so nice to meet you finally, sir, Naruto said with stars in his eyes as his wives glared daggers at Kakashi as if they were seeing a rival. As Kakashi had a sweat drop, a large one behind his head. Eh? When did I become a rival? Curse you, Naruto, you're going to cause me some death if this is my team and this is the regular routine. As he looked at Sasuke, who was now Satsuki, this was the first time he was seeing it like that. It seems that the rumors were true. You really are a girl. Yeah, so what about it? Other than that, let go of my dope. He's mine and mine alone. What do you mean, yours and yours alone? Said Ino and Hinata with unison. I mean ours, yes. That's more like it, said both of them. Anyway, Sensei, we'll appreciate it if you let go of our man, said Ino, or I'll have to torture you with my brain jutsu. You're still too early to do that. In the back of Kakashi's head, he was thinking, damn it, they are going to become overprotective and troublesome wives in the future. Ah, poor Naruto. I'm so sorry, Sensei, but this time I can't help him. He's on his own. As Kakashi could have sworn he saw up in the sky Minato and Kushina, sweat dropping and chuckling nervously while looking at their son, at his pity, at what he was going through. Anyways, time went by and they got to their introductions, and the female of the team only had one dream: to marry Naruto, the man they loved, and Naruto returned the favor by saying the same thing and becoming the Hokage. As Kakashi knew he had a fine team, so he didn't need to do bell test, but he still wanted to see what they're capable of. So he decided to do the test then and there, on the top of the building. And he was surprised when they got the bell in only 8 minutes, which was the fastest record ever, even in their time when he was a Genin, even at the time of the Sannin, because the Sannin got the bell at only 30 minutes, while they got it within half an hour as well, but only 20 milliseconds more than the Sannins themselves. But this team just beat both of their records. Damn it, they were fast and proficient with their work. So, what do you think, Sensei? You're already Chunin level. I wish I could just pass you to Chunin level like that, but you have to go through some missions first. Awesome! From tomorrow on, our journey as shinobis begin. As 30 days later, Naruto lost his motivation. What is going on, Sensei? He had enough. All we're doing is doing chores. This isn't like a mission or anything. Naruto, we have to do this. It's customary, remember? Said Kakashi. Yes, I'm getting bored as well, as is my Naruto-kun, said Hinata. Yes, same could be said for us, said both of the other girls as well, because their Naruto-kun was bored, and so were they to that. They were just waiting for Naruto to blow up. They were already bored after the third mission. Well, it seems you have already done 60 missions. The minimum is 30 to get a C rank. What? You mean we could have gotten it almost half a month ago? Well, yes, I wanted to see until you figured it out yourself, as Naruto face faulted. Oh, come on, Sensei, don't tease us like that. You could have told us earlier. Mama, don't act so rashly, Naruto. How about we go and get some now? Or better yet, you are free for today. Tomorrow meet me at the Hokage Tower. We'll get our first C rank mission tomorrow. Awesome! Thanks, Sensei. See ya later. As he dropped the girls with the help of his shadow clone to their office after getting a hug from them and a kiss on the cheek. As his clone disappeared and got the memories, he blushed. Oh, troublesome women. As he dashed towards the hidden base from where he got his powers, as it was now a working base for Orochimaru and his compliance and assistants Kabuto. Hey Kabuto. Hey Orochimaru-sama, how are you doing today? Ah, Naruto, you're here. Well, believe it or not, Orochimaru for some instant got close to Naruto. And so did Kabuto. For the first time, the son felt close to a person other than his parents. Much more closer, even from his sensei. Not in a pedophilish way, but as in a brotherish way. He had a little brother that he always wanted, that he saw in Naruto. So, how was your training? And who was your sensei? Ah, it was Kakashi. Atake, did you forget? No, you silly. You didn't even tell me. You didn't even visit me for 2 months. Oh, I forgot. You weren't there at my party as well. Sorry about that, Orochimaru-sama. It's fine, nothing to worry about, child. So your sensei is Kakashi Hatake. I see. Is he training you well? Well, yes. But he's lazy and he doesn't tell us what to do. I mean, we could have gotten our first C rank mission 15 days ago, but he didn't tell us, and we have to do 30 more missions or chores. As Kabuto and Orochimaru chuckled. Well, it's good to see you're up and Genki, Naruto. Now lay down. I have to do some tests, remember? As Orochimaru took out some bloods and put it under microscope. Fascinating. Those cells, they are rebuilding themselves multiple times. They're making Naruto's cells stronger, one by one. I see. Naruto, I want you to turn into your other form. You mean the Hulk? What's that now? Oh yeah, I met him in my mindscape. He called himself Hulk. This Hulk, that, so I named him Hulk. Isn't it cool? Hulk, huh? I guess it kind of suits him. Can you turn him in? Can you call him out? I guess so. As Naruto closed his eyes and went into his mindscape. Hey QB. Hey Hulk. Naruto here. Hulk happy. What do you want again? I don't want nothing to do with you, QB. You can just rest, you lazy fox. Hey, Hulk, wanna go outside? Orochimaru-sama wants to see you. Snake Man, see me? He said, pointing to himself. Why? I don't know. He wants to do some test. Hulk goes. Naruto, stay here. Watch out for Naruto, Foxy, said Hulk as Hulk went outside. As on the other side, Naruto's body started to turn green. As his body started to turn and grow more. As his clothes tattered all over the place. As Naruto was now fully grown. As the chair was now bent down from the support. As Hulk looked at Orochimaru. As he growled with narrowed eyes but didn't do anything. Relax, big guy. Hulk was it. I'm not going to do anything. I just want some of your blood. As Orochimaru made a new drill-like syringe and drilled it into Hulk's hand, but to his surprise, it broke. It was so fine as chakra metal. Why can't I get any sort of blood out of you? As Hulk grinned. Are you mocking me? Snake Man, pathetic. Hulk strong, indestructible. Hulk said as Orochimaru's eyebrow twitched. You can go now, call Naruto back. I can't believe the kid has double personality. This Hulk one is quite annoying. And he's indestructible as well. My theory was correct. I made an indestructible body for Naruto, which is good, but I can't use it, because I will die if I used it. The only way Naruto could have survived for now is because of two reasons. The Uzumaki healing factor and longevity, and other than that, being the perfect specimen and the Cubist Jinchuriki as well. There are three possibilities. I don't know which one is correct. I guess I should just wait for now. As Naruto came back, my head, it's spinning. Did you get what you wanted, Orochimaru-sama? Nothing of that sort, Naruto. I still can't get through his damn skin. It's so hard. Yes, Hulk was all cranky when he got back. Anyway, I guess I should be going now. Oh wait, Naruto, you should wear some clothes. What? Oh, as Naruto covered his body as he was embarrassed and blushed, as Orochimaru and Kabuto chuckled. After wearing his clothes, Naruto bid them farewell and left. Orochimaru-sama, you and I have grown attached to that kid, more than anything, as Orochimaru's eyes widened. You are correct. I guess I kinda grew attached to him. Don't you think that it's Sarutobi-sama's way or plan to get you under back his command? If Sensei wanted to try that, he would have done that. He has let me reside here only for one reason, and that is to help Naruto. And I stayed here because I want to help, to see that he is a perfect specimen and to examine him. But the damn skin is so hard. I will not leave until I get that serum, a little bit of it at least, to test. As Orochimaru left, but Kabuto sighed. No matter how much you lie to yourself or to me, Orochimaru-sama, you have grown attached to the kid, and you don't want to leave just yet. You could have gotten that serum if you wanted to, or could have recreated it as you are the creator, but you are still here. Why? Because you grew attached to him. I will be lying if I said I didn't. I did as well. As time went by, and the next day they were in front of the Hokage, who told them about Tazuna and the C-rank mission. And after gathering their supplies and bidding goodbye to their, parents and all, at least for Ino and Hinata, and for Naruto, they left towards the land of waves. As they were traveling, they encountered the demon brothers, Naruto, Hinata, and Ino and Satsuki were able to take down both of them 2-on-1. As Kakashi watched from afar, protecting their contractor, and within in front of his eyes. Within 2 minutes, the two demon brothers were captured and de-weaponized as the information was extracted from them and Gato was revealed. And so Tazuna began on about his ramble about how pathetic his life was over in Land of Waves. And after hearing his story, they cried and were resolved to free their land from slavery and all. And they traveled. After reaching to the port of the Land of Wave, it was covered with mist, thick kind of mist. As suddenly they heard a swishing sound in midair as Kakashi said, "Get down!" As everyone got down, just before mere moments, a giant sword was struck inside the tree. A man landed on top of it. A man with sharp teeth and bandage over all his face. His name was Zabuza Momochi, one of the 7 swordsmen of the Bloody Mist. As he leaked his killer intent, as the girls froze up, and so did Naruto. Their battle went as in canon, and after that battle, Kakashi was unconscious, but Naruto and the Genis were strong and were able to push back Zabuza. That is why he retreated when Haku came in and did the same thing with the needles and making Zabuza unconscious and getting him away. After getting to Tazuna's house and getting Kakashi arrested, they met with Inari, and Naruto and Inari had a spat, and Naruto left to train outside, where he met Haku for the first time. As after trading some words, Haku left and Naruto stayed there. The next day when they came, this team has already went to the bridge to complete it. As the bridge was near its completion, Zabuza and Haku striked again. This time, in front of Naruto as he was a bit late, Satsuki was engulfed with ice needles as she was unconscious. Naruto, seeing this, eyes widened before his eyes turned green and his body started to grow. "Hulk smash!" said Hulk-fied Naruto as Zabuza and Haku was frozen, and so were others as they saw a giant green beast in the broad daylight. Dashing towards Zabuza, Zabuza swung his sword with a smirk on his face, but to his surprise, Hulk clenched his teeth on the sword and broke it with bare force of his teeth and punched Zabuza on the face. His neck twisted with a sickening crunk sound before Zabuza was on the ground, dead. Naruto or Hulk turned towards Zabuza in his ice dome mirror as he dashed towards the ice dome and with a single fist broke it to a million bits as he saw Satsuki lying there as the ice needles were melted as she was alive, still barely. Naruto? Satsuki, said Hulk. Safe. Keep safe, Naruto said as he got up and turned his back towards Haku and walked towards his team. Haku launched many ice needles but to no avail. After putting Satsuki in care of Hinata and Ino, who were quite surprised by this view of Naruto, but at the same time horny, don't know why, and Kakashi, who had his eyes wide and after seeing the green beast, was speechless as Naruto turned around, glaring daggers at Haku before he disappeared with blinding speed. And the next thing Haku knew was a punch to the stomach as the mask cracked. Before Hulk could pummel Haku to the ground, Hulk's punch was stopped bare inches away from Haku's face. As Haku was already bleeding to death because her lungs were punctured with the bones of her own. "It's alright, Naruto-kun. I didn't mean it to end like this. I'm sorry. I never wanted to be ended like this. I wanted to protect my loved one. But I guess I couldn't. It's alright if I die, Naruto. You did nothing wrong." With those words, Haku died, as Naruto or Hulk shed tears. "Hulk, sorry. Hulk feels sad," said Hulk before Gato came. "Ah, it seems you got rid of them. What is that thing? Get me his head. I want his head to be my prize counter. And kill those men and bring me those girls," he said with licking lips. Naruto from within Hulk was enraged, and Hulk was covered in orange chakra then. Hulk's eyes, still green, turned into red slits as Hulk started to dash towards, walk towards Gato and his men. "Hulk, smash. Yeah, Hulk. Demolish," said cubified Hulk, as with a single slap and clap of his hands together, Such shockwave was created that people were thrown back. Then Hulk dashed forward, smashing each and every person, throwing them into the bushes, trees, puncturing their lungs with their own bones, stabbing through their hearts, squishing their heads like they were watermelons, killing them all until Gato remained. Naruto then picked up Gato in both hands and ripped him from center. As Gato screamed, still alive, Naruto then grabbed his skull and squashed it with his fist as he roared in victory and in anger. After his anger subsided, the Kyuubi's chakra was gone. As Hulk turned towards, still angry, towards his teammate, his soon-to-be wives, his fiancés and his sensei, who had their eyes widened. As Naruto, green eyes turned blue, as smoke started to come out of him, as his body degraded back to his original state before he was in arms of Satsuki. I'm so sorry. I wasn't able to contain myself. I was enraged. It's alright, Naruto-kun. You did nothing wrong. You protected us. For that we thank you. From the bottom of our heart. Thank you so much, Naruto-kun, for protecting us. As the people of the wave then came with Inari and everyone else, after freeing their slaves from Gato and getting their money and a treaty from Tazuna to the Konoha village, they left, and a new board was created. Team 7, Heroes of Land of Wave, Naruto Uzumaki, Satsuki Uchiha, Ino Yamanaka, and Hinata Hyuga, and Kakashi Hatake, and another person, Hulk, the defender of the Land of Waves. It was written as such as they left. After arriving back in Konoha, they were quite surprised to find out that Chunin exams were near around the corner, and everyone was preparing for them, and so the team did prepare as well. As they were preparing, they were on 2 days break. Then that's when Naruto met Gaara and his siblings. As they were torturing Konohamaru, Naruto had grown attached to, as he prevented Gaara from doing so, as Gaara's eyes flashed like Shikaku's for a moment, but Naruto's flashed green, leaking his Hulk killer intent so much that Gaara for the first time in his life felt fear. And so did Shikaku. Let him go, Naruto said as his eyes flashed green with slits in them, or you will suffer. As everyone, even his siblings, were scared of this, because Gaara has been never afraid, and this person, was he like Gaara? And why was Gaara scared? As for the first time, Gaara asked for his mother's help again, but didn't hear anything. Mother, why aren't you helping me? Inside the mindscape, what is this child? He has that stupid fox, I can get it, but what's this power? Far terrifying from that stupid fox. I don't want to enrage it. At the same time, I want to taste his blood. Damn it! I should avoid this child at all cost. Back in the Amegakure, our Akatsuki were planning on a sudden plan. It seems Zetsu had gotten news that there are a lot of Jinchurikis this year gathering in Konoha. All 9 of them, approximately, were being there. You mean Iwa is participating? Itachi said, quite surprised. Yes, they want to avenge their fallen comrade who's tried to assassinate that kid who they thought were Yondam's legacy. I see. As then, on the other side, the 5 villages has gathered inside Konoha as they were preparing there. On the other side, Akatsuki were ready to launch an attack on Konoha as well. And Iwa and Kiri as well, under Yagura's command, were there and were planning on launching an attack on the 3 villages, the Sporer, Suna, Kumo, and Konoha at whole, killing their leaders and mostly shinobis and invading their villages after there are nothing left to protect there. But they were wrong, because they were inside the den of Hulk. They were about to get crushed and knew to not mess with Konoha, the territory of Hulk. As one by one, the matches began. There were no first and second round, it was only preliminaries, as it should be. As the battle of the skills began, one by one the opponents came and went, until it was going on as such as Naruto, his teammates were winning the matches, and everyone lost to them, and Gaara and rest of them were winning as well, until a large boom was heard outside. It was Iwa and Kiri. They launched an attack on Konoha, and not only that, Akatsuki came, and with a single almighty push, Pain destroyed everything. As all 5 leaders looked at the sky, is that Akatsuki? No, it's a legendary Rinnegan. Oniki and others formed a band together in order to prevent that. As much as they wanted to destroy Konoha and the legacy of Yondam, they had to kill this enemy because this enemy with a single jutsu just decimated Konoha into a wasteland. Think about it, what he could do to their village. As Naruto on the other side saw everyone getting hurt he loved, enraged, turned into cubified Hulk, the nine-tails form of Hulk. As he launched an attack, with a single fist to the gut, every other person that stood in his way was killed, mauled, or pummeled to the ground. One by one, all Eva forces followed, and so did Kiri's. As Kumo, Suna, and Konoha Shinobi watched in terror, a cubified Hulk destroying anything. Hulk's canines grew. Hulk had sharp nails on his both hands, as he was crushing necks with his teeth and fingers, slashing through flesh, one by one, as a whole army, and they couldn't even penetrate him. And the only one were left were Akatsuki, and one by one they started to fall too, as only Itachi faced Satsuki again. This time Satsuki had 3 Tomo Sharingan because of her training. You have mature Sharingan, Satsuki. Yes, Nissan. This time you will fall. As Satsuki and Itachi's battle began as well, but this time Satsuki wasn't letting her emotions rule. She was fighting collectively and calmly as well. She wanted her revenge, but not by emotions, by being calm and collective, but becoming a better person than Itachi, her Nissan. But at the end, she was able to stab him through the heart, the real one. As Itachi was surprised by this, "You have grown, little sister." "Yes," she said as she cried, and in front of Itachi her eyes turned into Mangekyo. As Itachi smiled, "You knew." "I knew everything, Nissan. I knew everything. I heard what Tochan and Kachan said after he left. They were barely alive. They, with their last breaths, showed me everything, what they were about to do, and how you were forced to choose Konoha's side. But I was engulfed in darkness from then on, but I was saved by Naruto-kun. I see. You wanted to die at my hands. I couldn't forgive you still because you killed our parents. Even if our father had everything to do with it, our mother wouldn't. Why did you do that? Because you could live. That is why I did that. And I'm happy that you killed me, Satsuki. I'm really happy and proud of you. This is goodbye," he said as he tapped the forehead of her sister before giving her a smile and passing away. As Obito was gritting his teeth, before he could do anything, he was grabbed by the head by Hulk. As his face was crushed, his mask broken, his eyes popped out. There was nothing he could do. His precious Sharingan was under the feet of the mighty Hulk as Hulk crushed it. Hulk! Smash! As Hulk threw the mangled body of Obito into the floating Pain, who the 5 Hokage couldn't get close enough to, as Pain was now on the ground, as Naruto pummeled down all parts of Pain, even killing off all of the Akatsuki members, as all of them one by one fallen down to their death and demise. Only Zetsu remained, and Zetsu was ripped off by Hulk. Black and white ripped separately before the black one was eaten or mauled by the Nine Tails fight Hulk. Deep inside Hulk's gut, the Nine Tails killed Zetsu as well with its chakra and power, because only the 10 Tails reincarnate, which were the 9 Biju, and the 10 Tail itself had the power to kill Zetsu. No other shinobi, no matter how strong they were, even the Sage of the 6 Paths couldn't kill it. But this time it was killed forever. As Hulk roared and roared, as Eva and Kiri's forces had fallen, every shinobi and Jinchuriki was safe, except for Eva and Kiri's ones. Their 800 shinobi army was decimated, their ranks fallen, low in number than ever before. They became the 2 weakest villages in elemental nations, but every village saw how mighty and strong Hulk was. as with a mighty roar, Hulk disintegrated back to his human form and was saved by his wives. After that, Konoha started to rebuild, and treaty came from Kumo as well as Kumo and Konoha joined a treaty of peace between each other as Kiri and Iwa were left to dust and soon degraded were into normal villages of civilians. They were no longer the greatest elemental nations anymore. They were only three now. Konoha, the strongest, Kumo, the middle, and Suna, the last one. The three of them were so strong that nobody could rival them now. As Konoha was being rebuilt again, as people saw Naruto as their savior, Akatsuki was gone, and so were the other threats. Naruto and his wives became Chunin, and after that were given the clan compound. Tsunade and everyone was happy as Tsunade became the Godame Hokage, and Naruto was appointed as the sixth one as her successor. As time went on, Naruto married his wives one by one and had children with them. His clans lived on through them. His parents' legacy lived on through them. As time went by, the Uchihas and Senjus merged thanks to Naruto and Satsuki. Namikaze and Yamanaka merged thanks to Ino and Naruto as well. And Uzumaki and Hyuga merged thanks to Naruto and Hinata. They had many children together as time went by, and Naruto became the sixth Hokage, and the peace regimed everywhere amongst the elemental nation, save from threat known as the Akatsuki and the Ten Tails. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story off, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, as this is Apollo Uchiha and I'm signing out. Peace.